Hi, I'm Dennis Rodkin. I write the Deal Estate column for Chicago Magazine, and this is DEQs, where I answered readers' real estate questions. A reader named Lynn asks, my 93-year-old mother had to leave her home in Woodridge last year and move in with me. We have it rented until July 1st, but our accountant said we have to sell it within 2 years or pay capital gains. The house is dated, especially the kitchen and baths. Do we put the house on the market now and sell it as is, or do some remodeling and put it up for sale in late July? I know kitchens and baths sell homes, but I'm not sure we'd get our money back in this market, and I worry about missing the spring buyers. Lynn, first I want you to stop worrying about missing this spring's buyers. It's true that there are more buyers on the market in spring than at other times of the year, but I want you to set that aside just because you have so many other variables to consider with this project. Now, here's my recommended game plan for you. I want you to renovate, but renovate lightly and, wherever you can, inexpensively. I believe that if you do that, you're going to sell the house faster and at a considerably higher price. The slogan you should think about that has held true for a very long time is "Done sells." Fewer buyers come in looking for a project that they can work on than come in looking for a house that is done, that they can move right into. Now, you don't have to do that lavishly. In fact, you shouldn't. You should invest very carefully in well-done, stylistically neutral updates. For example, don't replace the kitchen cabinets with high-priced, high-style cabinets that you liked in a magazine. Find out about door replacements or refinishing, resanding, something that is less expensive but upgrades the look of the kitchen. There are two reasons I think you ought to do it that way. One, you just want the house to look as modern and fresh as possible so that its looks aren't a detriment when buyers come in. And the other is that buyers may want to replace some of what you've done after they get in. They may want to spend a little bit on upgrades, and they don't want to have already spent on your expensive upgrades. Now, it's not just about cosmetic upgrades. While you're doing this, you should also be careful to check for structural and other problems that may have developed because of deferred maintenance, aging of the property, that sort of thing. And one of the ways to find those, as well as some of the cosmetic issues, is to bring in an inspector. Have an inspector come in and act as if working for an actual buyer and find the flaws that might get in the way of a sale. And then you do what you can to remedy those flaws in order that they're out of the way when you actually put the property on the market. You should think of these fixes you're doing as part of the house's marketing plan. You're making it as fresh and as easy to imagine living in as possible. You're looking for what are the things that other houses in this price range have that yours doesn't. Maybe because it was occupied for a very long time by one family, it just wasn't upgraded at the right times. And what can you do to remedy those things? For example, maybe there's still a single vanity in the master bath. More common these days is a double vanity, a double bowl vanity. Maybe you have room to fix that, to bring that up to more contemporary standards. If you don't, you don't. Now, I asked and you said the house is paid off, so all the proceeds are going to be profit. So what you're doing is you're spending up front to maximize that profit. And then about the fact that the house is rented right now, you can use the several months you have before the lease expires in July to get your plans in place. Pick your finishes, pick your materials, line up your contractors, get it all ready to go, and then when the lease expires, you spend a little time getting the house brought up to date. You have to figure into your costs the lost rent during the period that it's vacant. But I don't think once you're done, the house will be vacant much longer, because if you've refreshed it and really made it fit for the marketplace, it ought to sell very fast. Thanks for your question. Send me more at dennis@rodkin.com.